This core badge effect is simply amazing, and all you need is one clip and free version of DaVinci Resolve. When you have your clip, find the part where you want the effect to happen. Then cut that part and freeze the frame. Duplicate that clip 2 times. And on the top one, open the color page, go to the drawing tools, and drop a mask around your badge, but make sure that mask is nice. Make sure that it goes with the badge's shape. When you're done with the drawing, add alpha output and connect the node to it. Then in the edit page, drag the badge clip over on an empty background and go back to the color page and adjust your drawing so that no background is poking out. And also add some softness on the inside. Now you can check in the edit page how the badge looks, and if you're happy with the result, you can move on to the next step, which is removing the badge. So go back to the color page and again with the drawing tool, drop a circle somewhere on the car's paint. Now add another alpha output and connect the node. Using the sizing tool, drag this patch over the badge. Increase the size if you need to, and you can rotate it if you want. Just make sure that it covers the whole badge. And then play with the softness to make it blend in with the rest of the paint. When you're done, return the badge over the other clips, mark all 3 of them and create a new Fusion clip. Then go to the Fusion page. Here we'll want to find our badge and rename the node. We want the badge to pop up off the car, so for that we're going to use a node called transform. Add a keyframe at the start to the size and the angle too, and then move a bit further, let's say maybe the frame 6, and increase the size of the badge and change its angle just a little bit. Now a few frames further, well, a good few frames, let's say maybe stop here, add more keyframes, and then maybe 4 or 5 frames further, just set the size and the angle back to where they were. So now you should have something like this. To make it a bit smoother, open the spline, select transform, and select all of these points and click S to smooth them out. It's going to make this effect way better by just hanging in the air a bit and then going back down. To make this more realistic, we're going to add a shadow, so click Shift Space and type drop shadow. Add this node. Now, when the badge is far off the car, we want the shadow to stay blurry, but when it's close, we want it to be a bit more sharp like in real life. So add a keyframe to drop distance and the blur. Now you can just use the same keyframes which the transform node has and make sure that the drop distance increases when the badge pops up of the car and keep the blur high. Make it even a bit higher. In the previous keyframes, however, set the blur to practically, well, set it to 0 actually, and make the drop distance way smaller. So at the starting keyframe it can be 0 too. It will increase on the way up. So now follow the next keyframe from the transform and add more keyframes to the shadow, keep it the same, and set them back to 0 at the very same time when the transform goes back to. So 0 for the distance and 0 for the blur. You should have something like this. Very nice. Now also with the spline, select the drop shadow, and we're going to make them a bit better by clicking F on our keyboard. Much better. To add even more life to this, we're going to use a node called camera shake. With the camera shake, we want to follow transform keyframes again, but don't add the first one. Just add a keyframe when the transform at its peak, so one for the motion scale, and add another one when the badge is about to go down to its position, and one more at the very end, and set this one to 0. For the rest too, You can set something like 0.441, like this. And the second one should be a bit smaller, so the shakiness is calming down before going back to its position. And I actually want to make the transform a bit smaller, because it's a bit too big. Let's make it something like this, 1.44. And you can also add the same thing with the spline as we did for the shadow. It just makes things to look a bit more nicer. Okay, so one more thing to make this even more realistic, we're going to find a node which holds the background. So it's this one. And then we're going to add a blur node. We will follow the same keyframes on the transform, so a keyframe at the start, then a keyframe when the batch pops up, keyframe when the batch is about to go back, and the keyframe when it's back. Now, when it's back, we will want to set the blur to 0, same at the very start, and we will want to increase it at the very peak of the batch effect and do the same for the second keyframe, so 22 and 22. Click F on the spline for this one too, and now you should have something like this. Pretty nice, but maybe the blur is a bit too high, so I'm going to lower it a little bit. Let's say 17 maybe. No, this looks pretty good, so 14.2, and I put it on the wrong keyframe, so I'm going to fix it like this. That's a bit better. And it looks a whole lot better. So the batch pops off, we focus on it, the shadow drops, and it goes back to the start. Now there's something missing when the batch goes back. We are going to add another camera shake node. And with this one, we're going to move the whole picture when the batch slams back on the car. So at the frame, when the clip goes back, I think we can do it right here. We're going to add a keyframe for the motion scale, then move a couple of frames further, add another one, and a few frames further, add another one. Set these two to 0, and the middle one, we are going to crank it up quite a bit. Change the speed scale to, and let's see what we have. Looks pretty good. Yes, very nice. The badge just pops off, goes back with a slam, and it removes all that flat feeling from the clip. Let's make the badge pop even more. We're going to use a node called Soft Glow to make the badge glow when it comes up. Not like this, a bit less of a glow. So follow the same keyframes of the transform again. So the first one, then the two peak ones, and the last one. Now set the first and the last one to zeros, obviously, and adjust these ones to however you like. I want to make it a bit less glowing, but I want to keep it shiny and yellow. I'm going to keep the gain around here and increase the glow size so it adds a bit of that extra blur to it. I think this looks pretty fine. And now just copy and paste this to the second keyframe. And that's what we have so far. It looks very, very nice. I'd say let's crank it up to the 11. To do that, create a new Fusion clip out of these two clips. And you will need to install a plugin called Proto V2. When you have the plugin, open the Fusion page and add a polygon node. We're going to drive a shape around the batch, but we are going to do it perfectly. So there's going to be a lot of work here. I want this effect to happen at the very moment when the batch popped off of the car. So I think something about here should be good. In the Fusion page, I want to add a keyframe for the shape animation in the polygon mode. And now the drawing begins. So zoom in, grab a coffee, and start clicking away. When you're done with the drawing, you will want to move a few frames further. And when the badge is, well, out of the bounds, you will want to add a keyframe for the shape animation and adjust these points. This is the hardest part, the most boring one at that too. But you will just have to do it, and the effect will definitely pay off all the pain and the tears you are putting in here at the moment. And now just keep doing it for all the major frames when the badge goes out of bounds. When it's almost the same, you can just ignore it and don't bother too much. And if you want it, you can do the same thing when the badge goes back to its position. But I'm going to make these lines to fade out because it's look much cooler. It seems like those fire lanes are being just blown out. Okay, now add a merge node and connect the polygon to the top of the merge node. Make sure that the solid option is unchecked and increase the border width of the polygon. Now add a keyframe for the level, then add another somewhere around here, and another one around here before the clip goes back, and the last one somewhere here. Set the last and the first one to 0. And with this, we get that nice fade in and fade out effect on the polygon. Now with the length, we're going to play a bit a different story. We will want the length, and we can put it in the same spots with the level. We want the length to be taking up the half of the batch because we want the effect to go from both sides. So do this to this first polygon, and then click Ctrl Shift Space, add Proto V2 Fusion effect, this one. Select the outline solid option, go to the user and select Vanda. This is a preset and we're going to use it to that fiery look on the border. Now you can play with these controls as much as you want to make this effect look to your liking. It has a lot of options and they're all pretty cool. I'm not going to do anything major here, just upper the distort detail to the max, and that's it. Now just copy the polygon and the proto effect and paste it, add another merge node, connect the proto effect to it, and now we're going to change the polygon's position so we are covering the other side of the badge. There we go. This looks fire. Look at that. Let's see how it looks on the video. So now this is the end result after the proto effect was applied. It's a bit different from the beginning of this video itself, but it's because I placed a different keyframes. And in my opinion, this looks a bit more like a lighting type of fire borders. It looks cool. If you want something different, just experiment with the keyframes and that's it. That's all you have to change. Now to make this a bit more smooth, because as you can see, it's a pretty big cut from the original clip to the frozen ones. To fix that, we're going to use some keyframes for the transform. So when we approach the badge to about pop off of the car, we're going to make a little zoom in and zoom out. A mini effect, if you will. So just set some values here and there and it should look good. Let's see. A bit too fast. Let's spread out the keyframes more. Now it looks like it's kicking off with the badge from the car. It's even better. Very nice. And that change between those different clips is not even visible anymore. And if you want to put more life to this clip to make it a bit more moving and less standing in one place, especially after the badge lands back on the car, we can add an effect called camera shake and select replicate borders and just make the motion scale and speed scale low enough to just make the video wave a little bit gently. Just like that. It's already giving more life to the video. You can increase it even more if you like to. Very nice. And that's it for this tutorial. I really hope you liked it. If you do, drop a like, maybe drop a sub, and check out this video for similar high energy edit effects. Goodbye.